I've been working at McDonald's for almost a year now. The job isn't anything to boast about, but since it covers my car insurance and rent, I keep doing it. The place is usually dead after 11 p.m. Most nights, it's just me, the fry station, and the occasional late-night customers. I can't say every night goes the same because the memory of that one night still haunts me in my dreams. It was a mundane Tuesday, and I was sitting alone at the counter watching the rain, accompanied by flashes of lightning. It had been almost 2 hours, and no customers walked in. But the company policy compelled me to stay open, instead of locking up and going home. The hum of the fryer and the dull thud of rain against the roof were the only sounds traveling inside the restaurant. I was casually loitering behind the counter when the entrance door jingled. It startled me not because of the sound, but because I hadn't heard a car pull up. I turned around and saw an old woman standing in the entrance. She wore a thick, moth-bitten coat, even though it was warm inside. Her face was caked with clown-like makeup, white foundation, exaggerated red lipstick, and faded blue eyeshadow smeared on her eyelids. She had vibrant red nails, which were so long that they kind of creeped me out. She held an oversized Stanley cup in both hands, covered in chipped glitter and scratches.
Are you open?
We are indeed. She smiled at me, and I immediately felt cold. Her coffee-stained yellow teeth flashing from the red lips made it difficult to look at her face for more than 3 seconds. It was one of those too wide, too forced smiles, the kind that make you feel like something was deeply wrong, even if you couldn't explain why. She walked up to the counter and said in this squeaky voice,
Just the small fries, dear.
I rang her up. She paid in exact change, each coin placed slowly into my palm. Then she shuffled to the farthest corner booth, clutching her Stanley cup. Customers are weird sometimes. That comes with the job, so I didn't think much. I dropped the fries in the oil and watched her sitting at the corner table. She didn't move much, just sipped from her cup, slowly, carefully, like she was savoring each gulp. But soon, I started noticing something weird. Every time she took a sip, red liquid trickled down her chin. At first, I thought it was ketchup, but she wasn't eating yet. And then, I saw her tongue. She darted it out, licked the red line, and smiled to herself like it tasted tongue. She darted it out, licked the red line, and smiled to herself like it tasted sweet. I don't know why, but the hairs on the back of my neck stood up. I went to the back, pretending to check the stockroom. My heart was racing for no reason I could explain. It's not like she was doing anything illegal, but something about the way she sipped and the way she looked made my stomach twist, and I was very suspicious about the content of her cup. I quietly called 911. I told them I wasn't sure what was going on, but there was an older woman behaving strangely. I said she had blood on her chin. I didn't know what else to say without sounding paranoid. 15 minutes later, 2 officers pulled into the lot. The rain was still coming down hard. I unlocked the door to let them in and pointed toward the booth. She was still there, sipping and smiling like a crazy person. The young officer approached her gently, crouching a little so he wasn't towering over her. "Ma'am, can we take a quick look at your cup?" She tightened her grip immediately.
It's mine. I need it. I'm still drinking.
The older officer stepped in. "We understand. We just want to make sure everything's okay. Please?" It took a full minute, but eventually they convinced her to hand it over. Her hands were shaking. She looked like she was about to cry. As soon as they took the lid off, the younger cop reeled back. My body went into shock mode as I found out what was inside. There were severed human fingers floating inside the cup. It looked bloated and probably belonged to a man. The water in the cup turned red, and blood was dripping from the fingers. The woman first stared at the cup and then turned her gaze toward me. She knew I was the one who called the cops. A cruel smile appeared on her face.
I cleaned them for him. He touched her with those fingers. I had to make it right.
The officers quickly placed her under custody. She didn't resist. She just kept mumbling to herself.
He said he was sorry, but it was too late.
Later that night, after the scene cleared, one of the officers came back to grab the security footage. I asked him if she was mentally ill or something. He gave me a grim update. Her name's Eleanor Kessler. We found her husband dead at their house. Eleanor butchered him for cheating on her with his secretary. That cup she brought in? That was his anniversary gift to her. The cup is custom-made, engraved, and has a capacity of nearly 40 ounces. He paused. According to her, it holds more than we could imagine. That was the last thing he said before he left. I didn't finish my shift. My manager came in early to relieve me. I didn't go to work the next 2 days. I kept thinking about the red line on her chin, the way she licked it with that sick, satisfied look in her eyes, the way she clutched that Stanley Cup like it was more important than her life. It's been 3 weeks now. I still work at the same McDonald's, but I can't walk past that corner booth without glancing twice. Some nights, I'll think I see her there, just for a second, sitting with her coat zipped up to her chin,